Hello again, and welcome to episode 2 of SteveVTrainsE. In the initial introduction episode, I said that I planned to build a model train layout to make use of the trains I've collected over the last 30 years. So in this episode, we need to do some pre-planning. What is the theme going to be? What are the overall goals of the project? Where to start? Well, since my collection is primarily European passenger trains from France and Germany and Switzerland, that would be a good place to start. The overall scenic layout will model a European setting. A key feature of the layout will be a main passenger station with enough tracks to hold all of my trains. Switzerland. Very scenic. And it borders with France and Germany, so those trains could be there. It also borders Italy and Austria, should I add those trains in the future. So there's the theme of the layout, a main Swiss rail station and its surroundings. The next question is, how big will this be? A few years ago, my son Daniel and I built a train table based on the N-track module dimensions. It has 2 corner modules that are 3 foot by 3 foot. There's a connecting module that is 2 foot by 4 foot. Let's start with that foundation. Remember all those track sets I have? Well, all these sets work together to build a large station layout with 2 main lines. This is a good starting point, but I'm going to need more depth in the center than my table allows. So I built a filler module, and now the overall layout is 3 foot wide by 10 foot long. The next step is to attach a layer of foam insulation board. This foam makes a good working surface that can easily be shaped for scenery. As I test assemble the tracks following the kit diagram, I find that I need a bigger station. So, more siding tracks are added, and this provides station platform lines for all of my different trains. By test assembling the tracks, I can see right away what will fit and how many more pieces I'm going to need. I try to document the design I'm making by photocopying the box diagram and doing a cut and paste diagram to show the modifications. I also traced the track on the foam board to help remember where each piece goes. The only problem is I keep thinking up additional features. The traced lines start to get messy. Some whiteout correction tape helps a bit. Adding 2 smaller train stations on the backstretch will provide more operating options. And it just so happens that I already have 2 small station buildings. Now they have a place. This is going to be Switzerland, so how about a mountain along the backside with a scenic rail line? Better make a trial of that track and elevation to test the idea. Okay, that can work. But now I need to order another train set. Fortunately, Cato makes a Glacier Express set. That will be perfect. We actually rode on that train in June, all the way up to Zermatt. Alright, now, how about raising the tracks on the backstretch so they are more visible from the front? And it'll give some contour to the layout. Yes, that works. I think we have a plan. The center section will model the main rail station and some of the town buildings. The right side of the layout will be a rural farming scene. The left side will be an industrial zone. I do have a few freight cars. Later on I can add a separate rail line for them to run between the industrial and rural zones. Well, it's all coming together now, but my poor old cut and paste drawing just cannot keep up with all the changes. I hear about a computer drafting program created for rails that can accurately draw a track layout. It has a database with the brand of track I'm using and all of the parts I need. It works out great, very clean and precise, and I can play around endlessly with variations and not have to use any whiteout. It even shows me where there's going to be challenges. Now the next step is to make an inventory of all the parts I'm going to need to build this. Luckily, the drafting program automatically generates a list of all the parts I used. Comparing the design requirements with the parts I already have, I can see that I need more track and a lot more switches. This Fleischmann brand piccolo track I'm using is not commonly available in the US. I bought my kits in Germany. Searching the internet, I find a Canadian store that has just what I need in stock. Order placed. The next planning step is to figure out how to control this whole layout. Turns out there's 24 switching points and 8 uncouplers. Now I want to have 3 separate train control throttles so we can run 3 trains at the same time. That means there needs to be 20 separate power blocks. That's going to mean a whole lot of switches. I wonder, what about computer control? Well, in internet research again, and I find a product called TrainBrain. It looks like it might work. Let's give it a try. There's a trial version I can download, take a look at it. Looks good, has a full programming language and a graphic display and various interface modules to control things. I think it might work. After I draw the entire layout with all the control blocks, this is what the graphic interface will look like. Since the software looks good, I'll order the trial hardware kit so I can experiment with it. Basic module has 4 output relays and inputs for 4 sensors. Also comes with some interface modules, a magnetic sensor and a photocell sensor, and a power supply. All right, we have a plan. Now it's time to start putting it all together. Check back from time to time, see how we're doing. Goodbye for now.